Greetings. Hello, and welcome back to this second episode of Darksiders Warmastered Edition, which is very loud in my ears. Hold on one sec. There we go. I've been and fixed a few things in between episodes. I went and did some looking up of things, and was correct. It was indeed the Steam controller config that was the issue. If you have the same issue, what you need to do is you need to go into your Steam settings in the controller and actually disable the Xbox pad support, because the game has inbuilt native Xbox 360 controls. It does change the button prompts as well, so you'll see proper Xbox ones rather than the slightly blue weird ones that you get. But that means that I can do this, and the aiming with the right stick, which you do by clicking in and entering aim mode like this, it's still a bit awkward, but it always was. It's certainly... I mean, you can turn the camera slightly faster than this if you really want to, but realistically, for 99% of the game, there's only one section of the game where your aiming control really requires pinpoint accuracy, and it is a little bit of a shame that the game does not have it for that. But never mind. It's not a huge issue. I've also changed the FOV ever so slightly, because you can do that. I also discovered, randomly, whilst I was testing this yesterday, I had no idea you could destroy the trees. I've played this game 5 or so times over various editions, and yeah, I'd apparently not noticed that you can destroy the trees. So what we're currently doing is we are collecting souls for Vulgrim. We need 500 souls in order for him to oh, hi. Ah! Well. Okay. I got one shots. Oh no, not technically one shot, but that just went through. And see, that is something that you don't see very often in Darksiders 1. It has to be said. It is quite difficult to die on the regular difficulty. Apparently not so on Apocalyptic. Oh, what the? Okay. So you can tell I haven't either haven't played this in a long time, or I've never played. I think I said this last time. I've not played Apocalyptic difficulty without the special armor. In fact, I've not played Apocalyptic difficulty. Yeah, I never have done. So that explains why I'm getting my ass kicked. Thing is, though, you don't actually need to kill this guy. don't think he can come down here. That would be awkward. Let's go over here. Yeah, see, there we've got the proper Xbox controls. Swimming! Press B to descend, Y to ascend, and right bumper. Even. Right, these ancient insignias were given to the legions of hell as trophies for the carnage of the end days. Return to Vulgrim and he will reward you. Those are Legion artifacts. There's loads of them hidden throughout the game. In fact, can I... Yes, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can't remember that it's 10 lesser ones, and 10 middle ones, and then 6, and then 1, or what. But there's loads of them, and they're basically just currency. They can be traded in. Oh, hi. Ah! You don't really feel... Oh, jeez. A lot like... Ow! I've got no, Run away! Jeez. Can't remember whether these things reset either. Oof. There we go. Jeez, he took some doing, but to be fair, we've got no power-ups whatsoever yet. And the whole point of this game is that you are very depowered. Right, now, if I remember correctly... Oh, hello. Blocking!
We have enough souls to feed Vulgrim's hunger. Now, maybe he'll feed our curiosity.
Maybe. One thing that I didn't like, and still don't like, about Darksiders is that block and dodge are on the same button. So dodging is done by pressing a direction and the right bumper, whereas blocking, you have to not be pressing in a direction. And it's a tad infuriating. Oh, there's another one of those down there. Yeah, let's come back to that later, I think. Oh, we might not be able to come back to it later. He might want to come and say hello now. You're gonna leash? Oh, he's gonna leash back. Right. Anna.
These ancient gates have a mind of their own, but with this, you may reach and understand me.
Yes.
Beyond the gate, seek out Samael's prison. Once, Samael was close in power to the Dark Prince himself. Some might even say, a threat. You will find he is no friend to the Destroyer. Seek me out when you've gathered more souls. I will make it worth your while.
It will. It's true. Yes. So, Samael is one of the major kind of princes of hell, but not the Prince of Hell. Not Satan or Lucifer, who is not mentioned in this game at all. He's simply referred to as the Dark Prince. This is Earthcaller, which is a horn, a masterfully carved horn, whose call awakens ancient gates. Press the right trigger to activate the horn when equipped. It's the wrong button. So you do exactly the same thing with Earthcaller as you do with other bits and pieces, but you use the D-pad to change that, and then you press right trigger to activate whichever you've got. And the gates are actually big stone creature things. Sleep.
Then we are free.
No, free while the Destroyer still breathes.
It still does the Zelda-y thing where it highlights important things in a different colour in text.
Yes. To his service we are bound, though enemies we remain. So his enemies we call friend.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yes, now, friend. Must bring victory. Must bring freedom.
I actually went and looked up what they'd done for the Warmastered edition, and they did re-render the cutscenes.
That was the gate. I can't wait to find out what's behind it.
So yeah, the cutscenes have been remastered. Just it looks like maybe they've been compressed in a rather iffy manner. Either way, I don't think they was nicely rendered as the game. But I suppose the game itself can have lots of post-processing and stuff added to it, whereas the cutscenes... Maybe that's what the cutscenes look like. Or maybe that's what the in-game looks like if you don't have a really beefy PC. Right, explodey guys. Nope. Ah, jeez. Things hit hard. It was possibly a mistake to do this on the... Ah! This'll help. Chaos Eater has leveled up. Courses with energy and its destructive power increases. Jeez, I need to block. Oh, that still hit me. Hi. So yeah, the little dudes, I think I might have mentioned this last time, they offer different types of souls depending on how you kill them. It's the wrong button again. So yes, your weapon here, can I bring up the mouse? Yeah. So this bar here, around the bottom, is kind of like an XP bar for your weapon. And you can see that it's got 4 different runes, which are upgrades. And we will, at some point... Nope. Okay. It's interesting that he turned round then. I don't think I've ever seen them turn round from a charge before. Okay, now down here is a hidden passageway. I'm afraid it's not super hidden, it's on the map and everything. But it does have... this looks like a green health chest. It's not. The shiny black thing around it shows that it's actually got a lifestone shard, which are basically your pieces of heart. 4 of them give you an extra... Oh, I can't show you because we're not in combat. The gauge that's in the top left has some pips at the bottom of it for a new kind of health bar, and that's what they do. They give you an extra pip, so it's an extra health bar, which will be rather useful, I would think, on this difficulty. Yeah, so there's pips at the top. We will be coming back here, because as you can see, there's another artifact up there, but we can't get to it yet. There are some upgrades that we're going to need first. Okay, this will take us out to what is arguably the central hub of the game, which is the Scalding Gallow. It is worth destroying most of the interactables. If there's a button prompt like that above an enemy's head, you can actually do it from a reasonable distance away. And War will leap towards... Yes, I don't think we can get the thing up here yet. You can get this chest. Yeah, so over there you'll see a red kind of crystalline structure. Hello. You can't make that gap, can you? Enemies can't jump as a general rule. So yeah, that's got a little kind of bomb on that we can destroy. You can also use the horn offensively in combat to knock back something that is basically worthless for most of the game, but for the very early stages when you don't really have much of anything to use, it can actually free you up some space.
Do you know what's imprisoned here? There are things even you should fear, horseman. Once you were strong, but now you are weak and you are alone. The Destroyer knows of your coming. Even
It's not going to help him, though.
He moves his legions against you.
Then I'll make this quick.
Take this fool's life!
Oh yeah, you can't.
Take this fool's life!
Can't block the bright red attacks, if I remember correctly. The animations. Ooh! I think you're invincible during. It is nice and easy to chain attacks between enemies, though. Combat system is very fluid. Not as fluid as in Darksiders 2. Ouch! You can actually hit this guy out of his attack animations, which is kind of handy.
You fight a losing battle.
Come on, die already! There we go. As I said, the combat animations are very good and it's nice and easy to chain things together, but it is a little bit stale to start off with. Especially on this difficulty, it seems. So, the game does a fairly good job of showing you what you have to do, and even if you're particularly confused, if it's puzzly...
Just one hideous blood-puking gargoyle? The plumbing must be stopped.
The Watcher will give you a hint as to what to do. Do. Oops. So, drag those over to there. That'll put all three blood-spewing gargoyles into place. And that will open up a big hole in the ground.
Are you here to play execution?
No, I am not.
They should have sent all four of you.
I have no interest in killing you, Samael.
The Destroyer. He's beyond your reach, beyond mine.
Has prison made you a coward?
I love how he just weathers it, nonplussed.
There is a way, but you will need to get inside the Destroyer's spire. The tower is guarded by four of his chosen. Bring me their hearts, and ask me no questions. My reasons for helping you are my own.
Where can I find these guardians?
First, Seek the Twilight Cathedral.
So this is setting up our main quest.
Has gone to roost. The whole of her
4 dungeons, 4 bosses.
by land, you will never reach it. Find the high ground with this
Ah.
and bring me her still beating heart.
Yes. So, find Tiamat and take her heart. And we can now glide with Shadow Flight. These supernatural wings enable water to temporarily glide. After a double jump, hold A to activate Shadow Flight and glide. Glide inside shadow currents to soar high into the air. Shadow currents look like, well, they look like glowy blue balls, actually. There's one over here that I can show you. In fact, the game itself will show you. There we go. Whee! Ouch! Jeez! That's not the right button. Dear Lord, I'm going to have to play more defensively than I'm used to. Basically, don't get hit. Actually, just before I go that way, I wish to unlock... I think I can still do this. Just around the corner here. There is a portal for Vulgrim, and we can use those to travel around between the worlds. But I think we need to talk to him at each of them first before you can transport to them. Yes, a new Vulgrim location has been added to the Chronicle. So once we unlock the ability...
Turned you in one piece. He must like you.
What would you ask of this humble merchant?
On your journey, you may come into possession of certain items that are of particular interest to me. Artifacts of the Fallen Legion. If you discover any Legion artifacts, bring them to me. I will make it worth your while.
I will make it worth your while. Yes, I keep forgetting that it gives you that. Okay, so... so Vulgrim offers us a variety of options. So we can buy items from him, including... let's trade that in.
Old Vulgrim's got something new for you.
These runes can be slotted into our weapons, which are very handy. Then we've got actual moves that we can buy. Weapons themselves, which can be quite useful, and then we have got wrath abilities, which are basically spells that we can use. I'm going to start off kind of tempted by Weapon Master, actually. I don't normally buy this, but I'm kind of thinking I'm going to have that to start with, basically because I like how it plays. So, oh, this yellow chest here is the same as the green chest, except it gives you a wrath shard. Increases our maximum wrath, which means that we can use our spells more often. Don't think we can get that yet. Honestly, can't remember. Do we need anything else to get that piece?
What would you ask of this merchant?
Yeah. I can't remember how to get that bit. We'll sort that at a later point in time. But yes, down there. In fact, is it just as simple as leaping off here? That's not leaping, Gemma. That's just falling off there. We don't want to fall. And that's still falling, apparently. I'm pressing the button. Oh well, never mind. Sort it later. But yeah, there's a piece of the... I think it's the Abyssal Armor down there, which is the set that I normally have when I'm starting an apocalyptic playthrough. Whee! As it massively increases your defense. Squish! Glowy crystals. So that's the flip saw move, which, considering I like hitting enemies into the air, you can chain into that, and it keeps them out of the running quite nicely. More souls. Get your souls where you can. You will need them. There's some stuff over there, but we can't get to it yet. Notice the that weird disc. It'll be quite some time, actually, before we can access that. We'll have to do one of the most irritating parts of the game. I didn't mean to jump off there. Mind. Oh, they can jump across the gaps. It's not going to do them any good. Just the zombies that can't jump. Alright. Up. There we go. And here we enter the choking grounds. I like the choking grounds. I like the aesthetic, and it's a nice introduction to some of the variety that this game is going to have for us. So we'll explore those next time. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up and consider subscribing. Remember to ring the bell to be notified when new videos go live. And until next time, toodle pip.